Today we explore the Connemara region at Kylemore Abbey, then end our evening in Galway. We are on our way to the airport to grab our rental car.
Turn left onto the 0132.
We just got to Galway, super exciting. Is it Galway or Galway? Galway? Galway. Everything is closed here until 12. Make sure you check all of the times in case you are around on a Sunday, especially with these smaller towns. Went to Thomas Claddagh and got my ring and a few souvenirs. We got there a few minutes after they opened and it was already packed. It's a tiny little room and everybody kind of like scoots in there sort of like in a U shape and makes a line. And so it went by really fast. I think I got to the front in like 15 minutes and they have a tiny museum in the room right next to them. Whew. Our car took us on a detour from, it was a little rough. It was one of those tiny roads, like a country road that nobody else was on. It was beautiful, but I get motion sickness. Let's travel back in time to uncover the story behind one of Ireland's most romantic and heartbreaking landmarks, Kylemore Abbey in Connemara, County Galway. Once a castle, now an abbey, its story weaves together love, loss, and legacy, and how one man's devotion created an estate that's lasted more than 150 years. It all began with Mitchell Henry, born in 1826, an English doctor turned businessman and politician. But behind all the titles, he was, first and foremost, a man in love. In 1849, Mitchell married Margaret Vaughan in Dublin. During their honeymoon, the couple visited Connemara, and Mitchell was enchanted by the wild beauty of the landscape. Years later, in 1867, as a grand romantic gesture, he bought the land where he would build Kylemore Castle for his beloved Margaret. The castle was a masterpiece of Gothic revival architecture, complete with lavish interiors, sweeping gardens, and views of the mountains mirrored in the lake below. Together, Mitchell and Margaret built a life that seemed straight out of a fairy tale. But tragedy struck in 1874 when Margaret suddenly died of fever while the couple was traveling in Egypt. Mitchell was devastated. He poured his grief into finishing the castle, turning it into a living memorial to her, a place where her memory would never fade. A few years later, he built the small Gothic church nestled in the woods near the lake, often called a cathedral in miniature. It stands beside the mausoleum where Margaret was laid to rest. Her remains were never moved. She still lies peacefully there today. Mitchell devoted himself to the local community, even serving as a member of Parliament for County Galway. He built walled gardens that produced fresh fruits and vegetables for the estate, now beautifully restored for visitors to walk through. But more heartbreak was to come. In 1892, his daughter Geraldine was killed in a carriage accident. That loss broke what was left of his spirit. He eventually sold the castle to the Duke and Duchess of Manchester, and when Mitchell Henry died in 1910, he was finally reunited with Margaret in the small family mausoleum on the estate grounds. Under the new owners, the castle changed dramatically. The Duke and Duchess remodeled much of the interior, removing the Italian marble and stained glass that Mitchell had so lovingly installed locals saw it as erasing a part of the Henrys' story. The couple became known for their lavish parties, even entertaining King Edward VII, but soon fell into financial trouble. Rumor has it, the Duke lost Kylemore in a late-night game of cards. In 1920, Benedictine nuns from Belgium fleeing World War I bought the estate and transformed it into a place of peace and prayer, Kylemore Abbey. They later opened an international girls' boarding school, which filled the estate with life and laughter once again. Though the school closed in 2010, the Abbey remains active, welcoming visitors from all over the world. Today, Kylemore Abbey stands as a symbol of resilience and of love that never truly fades. You can stroll through the Victorian walled gardens, visit the Gothic church, and wander the castle halls that still seem to echo with stories from centuries past. Kylemore Abbey isn't just a place to visit, it's a love story carved into the Irish landscape, one that's endured the test of time. After having not really eaten all day, we definitely needed some food, and we wanted to stop outside of Galway and find more of a local spot. That's where we found Power's Thatch Bar and Restaurant in Oughterard. It's about a 30-minute drive from Galway, and it has that classic Irish pub charm that we were looking for. We ordered a pint and spent some time chatting with the bartenders, who were so friendly and welcoming. For food, we went with the roast prime Irish beef with mashed potatoes and the fish and chips. Both dishes were spot on. As we were eating, a small Irish band started to play. We wanted to stay longer, but we still had more of Galway to explore before the day ended. Back in Galway, we checked into our room at the G Hotel, and this place is easily one of the most beautiful hotels I've ever stayed in. It's very chic, modern, and just gorgeous. As you walk in, you step into this beautiful lobby, bright, stylish, and full of character. Just off to the side is the hotel restaurant with silver spheres hanging from the ceiling and flowers cascading down. It's one of those spaces that stops you right in your tracks. From there, you follow the hot pink carpet into the pink lounge, which feels straight out of a magazine. The hotel has several other beautifully designed lounges and restaurants on the main floor, each one with its own unique vibe. There's even a full spa on site if you're looking to really unwind. We headed up to our room, which was just as lovely. We didn't get the exact room we had requested and paid for. They ended up giving us a double room instead, which was disappointing, but we made the best of it. The room itself was really comfortable and spotless, with soft beds, modern decor, and a beautiful bathroom. The bathroom had everything, from a grooming kit to bath crystals you could use in their amazing soaking tub. It felt like a mini spa right in the room. There was a thoughtful welcome gift waiting for us in our room with chocolates, chips, and cookies, which was such a nice touch. Overall, the G Hotel was an absolute dream stay. Elegant, comfortable, and full of beautiful detail from top to bottom. I truly wish we could have spent more time here. I can't recommend this place enough. We just checked into our hotel at the G Hotel in Galway, and it's gorgeous. Look at our view. We had a great day today. We're gonna go to City Center in Galway and check out a couple of pubs. Hopefully find some, let's see, it's 8 o'clock. hopefully find some live music. I think everything shuts down kind of early because it is Sunday. So we'll make it back here pretty early, go to bed, and wake up in the morning for the Cliffs of Moher. Excited. Also, check out this bathtub. They offer a bathtub service, which sounds phenomenal. But look at this. It's so deep. We took a bus into Galway and started our evening at Eyre Square. From there, we wandered down into downtown Galway, exploring the colorful streets lined with shops, cafes, and pubs. Every corner had something happening, and it was the perfect way to get a feel for the city I've heard so much about. We walked around for a little while and we decided to come to the Spanish Arch, and it's right by the water, so it's really pretty. One of Galway's most recognizable landmarks. It dates back to the late 1500s and was originally part of the city's medieval walls, built to protect merchant ships unloading goods at the quay. It's one of the last remaining parts of that old fortification and a reminder of Galway's trading past, especially with Spain, which is where the arch gets its name. There's a fascinating art installation that shows how much the sea levels are expected to rise over time. At night, it lights up to mark the projected levels. After visiting the arch, we headed back toward the downtown area, where we stopped to see the famous Galway girl statue and then popped into Murphy's bar for a quick drink. I went with an Aperol Spritz, which felt like the perfect choice after a long day of walking. By this point, we were completely exhausted and ready to relax. We grabbed a slice of pizza from a nearby spot, found a place to watch the sunset over the canal as the day came to an end. It was the perfect way to wrap up our time in Galway.
They said we got a cure for your soul day to day. It's a travel